What's up, guys? Welcome back to 5280, and we got some unexpected maintenance to do on my wife's Volvo. So her car sounds like this. Now that's not her car exact, but that's the noise. So we we're kind of already in the middle of the repair, but I'm going to show you what's going on and show you basically what I'm going to do to fix it. What I am talking about is there is a PCV trap along with the oil filter and a whole bunch of housing crap down here, but there is a valve. I don't know. It's back right there. You can barely see it. Now, that's the cap to the valve, and inside it is a diaphragm that's spring loaded. And over time, that diaphragm wears out and it makes an awful noise. And you think your car is going to explode, and it's not that severe. Now, this can damage your engine if you don't get it taken care of, because your PCV system, your positive crankcase ventilation, vents all of the pressure down in the bottom part of your engine, recycles it, and burns it off. Your car needs to breathe internal, and this valve helps it do that. And if you don't maintain this, or if you don't replace it when it fails, like mine has, you can severely hurt the engine. This is what we're looking at. So we got the spring, here's the diaphragm, and most of the time the rubber just wears out and it tears, and then it collapses, and that's what basically causes that horrible noise. And you got the cap. They give you this cap because you're going to damage the old cap coming off. It's just a given. It's going to happen. It is. There's nature of the beast. Okay, we're going to put this together. So kind of see this groove here needs a line in that. And it should look something like this. All right, so the spring goes on the same way, or actually it can go on either way, on either side, but just kind of put it on there. It doesn't really hold all that tight onto it, but biggest thing I tell you is when you put it in the car, that could probably fall off pretty easily and you can lose it. I did get this part off of Amazon. I called Volvo to try to get a part number or just order it from them, and it's like pulling my hair out. So they only sell, from my understanding, is they sell the whole oil trap and oil filter housing, which is like almost $400 through them. And then if you look other places like IPD, it's like 300, and then you can find it on Amazon for 150. I got this for like $9. So we're gonna try it, and maybe if everything goes well and it works, later down the road, I'll show you how to pull the trap off, the PCV trap, and clean it out. But for right now, we're gonna get that guy out, put the new one in. And again, you don't have to move the airbox. Just makes it a little easier. I did it so you guys could see better. Then you get your little flathead screwdriver. Just kind of see if we can get under this thing. So I got the cap off. It is pretty crusty down there. I did damage the housing a little bit right here. I'm gonna glue it, and sometime down the road, I'm gonna order another one of these housings, because looking at all of the buildup that's in there, hey, you can see that this housing is actually in really rough shape. So I think we need to get another housing, get something clean in there so the system can breathe a lot better. Wife is not going to be happy about it, but I think I'm going to go ahead and get one ordered on the way. But the other thing is that this plastic, like, it was so corroded that all of this was just basically just glued shut. And I'll show you what I mean. All right, so here's the old one, and this is bad. So I did that, pulling it out, which you can see the piece right here. But here, look at that. The rest of this right there, that actually was the tear. That's what's causing that noise. And this thing is just crusty and corroded. And here's the new one. This system is pretty cool in the way it works. So essentially what it ends up doing is, say that's seated in there, and when it's running and it gets to operating temperature, well, the car creates vacuum and then sucks this diaphragm down. Well, what it needs for that, or enabled to do that, it needs to let air in behind it through that little hole right there. And that fills up this cavity with some air. So this spring basically, when you shut the car off and it no longer needs vacuum, that spring basically pushes all the air back out of this and makes a tight seal. But it's acting as a valve to open and close to let air in and out of the PCV system to be recirculated into the engine and burn any of that extra air, or should I say, air and oil mixture and stuff that you don't want out in the atmosphere, but that positive pressure gets vented back into the system. So that's what it does. Now, when it makes that horrible noise, it's because you get like tears like this. And what it's doing is air's passing through that hole and going through this, and it's causing that thing to basically vibrate and act like a, best way to describe it, it does sound like you have an idler bearing wearing out on your serpentine belt or on your timing belt. What we're going to do is we're going to put some glue on this, glue it to the housing, let it sit for a couple hours, warm up the engine, and just check it. And then once it's warm and everything looks good, we'll go drive it a little bit around close to the house, make sure everything's 100%, and should be good to go. Not the way I wanted to do it. I was pretty beside myself when it broke, but it is what it is. I mean, we're talking about stuff it's heated up, cooled off thousands of times, and really plastic gets brittle when it does that. So something just to be a little bit more patient is just getting that off. It's not even because it was the area, it was because what I thought I was doing and I wasn't. You can see there's a separation between those two. Focus. There's a separation between those two. And I thought I was under it. You can see right there, I kind of was. But it is what it is. So we're going to put some glue on it, tidy it up. Yeah, I don't really want to talk about it, but I need to hold some pressure on this while this thing glues in because of that spring. So, yeah, this is my best idea. I'm going to hang out for a second while that sits. Try not to touch anything on the car. Ghetto repairs it is. Okay, let's check our work. It's been about 2 hours, and hopefully that glue is set up. Let's see. Looking good so far. Let's give it a little jiggle test. I think we're good. All right. That seems to be holding. We're going to put everything back together. Start it. Make sure it holds with pressure behind it, and let the car fully warm up. And just do a quick once over, do a drive. And if everything looks good, our botch repair is done. All right, looks like we're all back together on everything. I think what we need to do next is start it, make sure the car is happy, and we ought to be good. Double checking to make sure I'm not missing anything, but I think from what I can see, we're set. Okay, looks like we're good. Open the garage. Oh, probably helps if I have car keys. So right here, I'm just checking to see to make sure the vehicle doesn't have any positive pressure. So what it should be doing, which I demonstrate right here, is it needs to suck the cap back into the valve cover. That means it is creating negative pressure, which is basically a vacuum at idle. All right, we're just rolling through the neighborhood. The car is up to temp. Still got the check engine light. I don't think that's going to go off for a little bit. Probably, I don't know, a couple hundred miles for it to recycle, maybe a few days. I don't know. But so far, so good. I don't hear any weird sounds. I'm going to try to get it up to temp just a little bit more. It says it's at operating temp, but like once you get the oil and everything flowing through it a little bit more, all that stuff gets into a good temperature range. And then I think that's when that diaphragm starts opening and closing. So we'll hear either a awful noise or we'll hear nothing. I hope we hear nothing. Okay, back at the house. Everything sounds good. I don't hear anything. And let's just pop our head under there. Looks good to me. I don't think it moved at all. It's nice and sealed on there. Everything's good. Don't like my botched repair, but the biggest thing I'd tell you is it worked. And we do have a part coming in. I'm going to replace that whole housing, which the next video is going to be that. Now, the next clip is either going to be the outro, which means good news, or it's going to be a, oh crap, car needed to be towed home. And that means the car is going to sit until that part comes in. The nice thing is that the car is holding vacuum. I'm not having issues with that. I don't have any blow by that I need to worry about in there. Everything sounds good. I don't need to worry about the PCV system until that part comes in. And then I'm going to swap that out and just get that stuff breathing a little bit better. It does seem to be doing pretty good. I'm actually shocked with how crusty it was inside that to the way it feels with it pulling vacuum when you take either the dipstick out or you take the valve or the oil cap off. So that's good. That's good stuff. We're good to go. Check engine lights off. We got the car running good. Now, again, I still have that part. It's coming in. And technically, it's right there. So that's going to go in. That may or may not be the next video, because you can see there's some other car parts for it, which are going to go on the other vehicle that I haven't driven in a year, which is not that one. It's my other daily, my daily. Well, it used to be my daily. Well, yes, no, doesn't matter. Anyways, you get the point. But everything's good. We do have some problems. Yeah. She's a little leaky. But until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Car needed to be towed home. Car needed to be towed home. Again, that should be a lot easier. We do have the part. We do have the part on order, and we're gonna order. Wow. We're gonna order my sanity. We're good to go. Check a light. Check it. Wow.